Tell me about your week.
Well, I got the mat and he quickly loved it. And after we did the food thing, and a few minutes later, I noticed he was going and getting his toys and putting his toys on the mat and laying there. And when I was across the room, I would say good. And then the first couple times I walked up and gave him a little piece of food. So I thought it was important to probably bring that so it's not a different mat here.
No, we're going to do different mats.
Okay.
So you don't have to bring it.
Because I know later we'll want him to do stuff without a mat, right?
Yeah, well,
Or not.
I tell folks, if you're going to travel with the dog, take a little travel mat, like something light, like the shower thing or a towel or something.
Okay.
Or a little throw rug.
Yeah.
Don't have to take something bulky. Take something easy, a bath mat, because that's their place. And we're going to have all sorts of mats that we go on, and you're going to go from one to another to another to another, and so that they'll generalize everything. You want this generalized. The mat is their place to be when the environment is swirling. Whoa, I know that's tea. Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
That's all right, don't worry about it. It's my tea from this morning and I forgot all about it.
I've had a busy day. Look at that wag. Look at that wag.
So we've been doing other fun things like frisbee. He'll bring it back. He'll drop it right there. And I say good. I'm using the word good.
That's fine.
I'll say good, and then I give him a piece of food, and then every other time I'm not giving him food. I'm just saying the word. So that's been going really well. Things that I hope that we accomplish in the next 3 weeks is like if we're walking and he's a little cautious, like a dog coming or whatever. But if the dog, they end up touching noses and end up sniffing generally, unless I could tell that owner and that dog doesn't really want to do that. But as soon as he feels welcome to the person, he wants to jump up on the person to greet and say hello. And my mom too. She's 90, and I take him over there, and my mom wants to pet him, but he's all like just trying to jump at her.
Right. So that you have to keep the leash on. The dog has to be taught to go into a down position or into a sit. And what that's about is when they're excited, they don't get to greet. So you just deny that greeting. And the way you do that is you become a fence post.
Yeah.
The other person and if you can get somebody to work with you, with that, the other person stands there, and the dogs,
That's what's happening.
the dog's going like crazy. You wait until the leash will loosen.
Okay.
Hopefully the dog will sit, and then you go, good, and you treat.
Okay.
And then the person can come one step closer.
Okay.
But it's a process, and it's just like mat work. You reinforce what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to reinforce the leash having some slack in it and possibly a sit. Because a sit, it's harder to get up from a sit and jump.
He does stop, like, I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds of trying. He gives up and he just lays down or he sits.
Good. And then, so you just keep the leash on him
I need to carry the treats with me when we're out and about.
You don't?
I mean,
Did you say I don't?
I haven't been doing that. Not for a walk. I mean, I have the treats when I'm doing stuff around the house, but not for the walk.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice.
So, but yeah, that, and initially when we go for a walk, he's pulling and tugging on the leash and so I just stop, and then I end up pulling the leash taunt, so it's up behind him, and then he like gives up, and then we walk, and he might do it again, but I just keep stopping, and then he kind of breaks from it, and then we just walk. So that, I guess that's not too bad considering he's 5 months old, and
Right.
you know the rest of the walk is pleasant, except for occasionally he'll, if we got the other dog with me, he'll just like walking along and all of a sudden, you know, like bump into into Gypsy and try to get her going, and then they start
Yeah.
not fighting, but Gypsy gets irritated because he keeps every once in a while bumping her.
What a nice face you have.
So sometimes I have to like let Gypsy lead and hold him tighter to me until he settles down, and then I let him walk together.
It's tough to walk two of them at the same time.
Yeah, but generally most of the walk is pleasant and fine. It's just occasional craziness.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. So do you do that? So I just put a treat out and then I take a hold of the collar. And this collar is just, watch it because it's going to be too tight and if
Okay.
grows anymore.
Yeah, he lets me hook him right up without any problem.
Without any problems, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Unless he's all wound up from something else.
So if he's all wound
And
up,
I
then you
just-
drop some treats on the ground, he'll go down, have the treats.
Yeah.
Hey
Okay.
Tucker. Hey buddy. So I think what we'll do to work on things that you can do with walking
Okay.
to slow them down. And we'll start with good. Yeah. Oh, there you go, find it. Doesn't know what I want. It's okay. It's just like mat work.
Mm-hmm.
They have choice. They can choose to touch my hand and get reinforced or not. Yes. So right now we're just teaching it.
Okay.
I told you everything comes back to mat work. I mean everything you're ever going to do comes back to mat work, and it's the easiest way I've found to teach people the skill that they need to be effective.
Okay. I was doing that today. He just looked at you. Oh, I see. You had your hand out.
Looking's not going to get it. And here's the other one. When you can have treats in one hand, and he has to, yes. Okay, he has to be at the hand that doesn't have the treat.
Okay.
He has to take his attention off of the hand with the treat.
Last week, yeah, he's thinking. Last week he told me to look at you.
Yeah.
I did that today with him. I had my two fists with food.
Yes. So I just waited for that to happen. He laid down, he did all those things. Well, this dog is always going to look at you. This dog has a stare. That's, the Border Collie and the Australian Shepherd. I mean, they stare down the sheep,
Yeah.
Yes. So we're just taking their attention off the hand that has the treat.
Okay.
So that, yes. Look at how fast you learned that. Look at how fast you learned that. Find it. So, if you will just put your hand out, this. Have them touch it. And then we're going to put it in different positions, and we're going to look for a hand up here. Whoa. Yeah. Yes. Because what we want to morph this into, what we're going to do is when you're walking and the dog is pulling, you walk a couple of steps and then have the dog sit, and then walk a couple of steps and have the dog sit, because you're slowing it out. So what you want to do is morph that into a nose walk. So you're walking along, have the dog, put your hand out, have the dog come up, bop your hand, and back into the walk. It slows them down. And it looks cool.
Okay.
So, you look really talented. Yes, I liked it. Yes, I liked it. Yes. You're still just a little, you got a little skittishness in you. So we want to start to get some height into that. Yes. See, he'll do it low. So keep your hand low when it's like this. See, he'll do this automatically or do this, but when you have your hand like that, he's skittish of it. So we'll keep it low for now and teach him, yes.
Okay.
And then we'll just gradually take it up higher and higher and higher. Yes. Look at how fast you're learning that. And this is good. Looking for reinforcement, and that's fine. Dog's choice.
Yeah, I've noticed everything so far. There's nothing negative or scolding or
Oh no.
correcting. You're looking for
Yes.
the right behavior, rewarding it.
Yes, and
then-
ignoring what you don't want.
And then, yeah, so occasionally he'll bark at me if I'm sitting there at my desk. And if I know he really doesn't have to go outside,
Yes.
and there's really not ducks outside or something going on, he just wanted my attention, I just ignore him. And generally
Yes.
he'll just flop down.
Because,
You know.
good, because if you reward that, if you reinforce that, he'll be demanding of your attention all the time. So
Right.
ignoring it is absolutely the way to go.
But I am careful because, when he does wake up from a nap, sometimes he'll just come over and just want a little pat in the head, and he'll plop down or start chewing on. I got one of those gorilla things.
Does he like it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And then, but sometimes, like, he'll whimper, and I know he hadn't been out in a while, so we go outside, and he generally either urinates immediately or does it after a couple frisbee throws. But I'm trying to get better at ignoring that.
Yes.
There's an occasional forward jump on me before I can turn around or deal with it, and I think I overreact. I get mad about it because it kind of startles me, and so I got to get.
If you push,
Yeah.
that's a play move.
Yeah.
You push and I'll show you this on the mat work. You push, if they're having trouble coming back to the mat, you start pushing them off the mat. Boy, it's like a boing, they're right back on that mat. So that is, come on. Yeah. No spot. No spot. Yes, that's it. That's it. So when you're going to teach them a behavior that they get really rewarded for, so maybe jumping on the front of you isn't going to be something that they're as inclined to do. It's sort of the story of there's good and there's better and there's bad. And you're here at good. Short trot to better. But if you have to go to bad, or, no, don't, then you gotta get to good before you can go to better. So you're twice as far away from better.
Okay.
Okay, so, and it is scientific, this is the way they learn. They learn from operant conditioning and classical conditioning. Operant conditioning is behavior has consequences. That's B.F. Skinner. Classical conditioning is if this happens, this happens. That's your mat work. Yes, reward. That's your reward word, and then the reward. So they pair those, and it's like, oh, if that happens. That's why it's so important when you do find it, not to do the treat first, or not to do the not to say the word first. Drop the treat first, because most of the time it's say the reward marker word.
Yeah.
But here you have, because you want the dog's head to go down. So that's just that. And then I just might walk away from that. Good. Yeah. Good. Good. So you might do that.
So because he's not jumping on you,
Mm-hmm.
because that's a motion that would generally tell the
Good.
dog to jump.
Yeah. So, yes. I'm going to reward it even though he hit my leg.
Right.
My fault. Handler error. It's always handler error. No spot. Let's go. Come on. No
He's
spot.
trying to high five you.
I know. That's nice. High five, that's nice. Okay, never mind. So when they don't do what you want them to do, you just quit them and then
Do it
reset
later.
them.
Do it later.
Get it? Just reset. That's resetting the dog.
Okay.
Okay? No spot. Yes.
So during the walk, to slow him down, that's what
Yeah, but first to slow him down, you walk. You stop.